I don't know if you guys have ever used a virtual reality machine, um, but a couple things. One is they're awesome. Even the Oculus Quest 2, which is from Meta, Facebook. Even if you use that, which it's great, not necessarily a high resolution or high refresh rate or anything, it is still mind blowing. Um, so it's insane, and it's only going to get better. It's only going to get higher resolution, higher field of view, higher refresh rate, more comfortable, everything like that. Um, so, but the problem with it is, and I've said this before. Sorry if you can hear the that motor in the back. I've said this before, but it's almost too good. And what I mean by that is, and and I need to deep think about exactly how to describe this the best way, but it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, like where is your conscious right now when you're watching this video? And this is just you watching, a little phone. If you're immersed, I believe that depending on how much you are open to it, like me personally, I really try and immerse myself a lot, like I really try and believe that this is real and everything like that. It's kind of like maybe with ghosts, like you have to really truly believe in ghosts for them to be there. Now, I don't know anything about that. I don't necessarily believe in ghosts. I don't not believe. I just, things like that. It's kind of like, but I do know regarding ghosts, and I just remembered my little brother Jax, he completely believes, and the stories that I've heard him and the amount he believes makes it to where these, whatever you want to call them, spirits, entities, ghosts, can show themselves to him a lot easier. Now I may be losing you, and I get you, but the stories that he's told me are absolutely insane. If you want to watch them, they are on this podcast. I'm not exactly sure which one. I believe he was on. I believe it might have been episode 3. If you, I believe, but it should be in the title, Ghost Stories, something like that. Um, but my why I bring this up is just having the open mindedness to want to believe is what really trips me out, because when I take off the virtual reality goggles or whatever, I get this really, really weird feeling. Like I still, when I've taken them off, I still have some sort of goggle on. And I'm walking through world, I'm like, oh, I can touch and interact with this thing. I can feel it. I'm walking. Bear with me. I know this is trippy talk, but I like trippy talk. Because life is trippy. Life is Fibonacci. Now, so that's my only thing. And on the contrary, Jack's that same person who is so open to ghosts. He can be on that virtual reality for hours at a time and take it off and be completely fine. Now, he plays a lot more video games than I do, so maybe it's because he's used to it, or I don't know, but if I did it, one time the first time I got the virtual reality, I was on it for probably half an hour or something. I took it off and I was so dizzy, nauseous, sick, for hours, and that's normal, I think, but that's just, that'll happen. So I think that there's some sort of issue with people not being able to have the goggles on for too long, especially, and this is the biggest thing that will always be the hindrance to virtual reality. Lack of space. People, like, I barely have enough space in my house to do the virtual reality. We have like a probably 5 to 4 foot by 5 to 4 foot kind of square area we could do it in. And that's like just about, that's, even that gets a little small sometimes. And so, but that and a couple of the other things is, one is moving, walking. To walk right now, you either have to point at an area and click and teleport, which sucks. And the other one is you just use a standard joystick, you hold forward, you walk forward. Now, that can be disorienting because you're holding forward. And the first time I did it, I held forward, my guy went forward, I almost fell back because I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Your brain thinks you're moving forward, but your body is staying put. So that's the thing that causes the motion sickness. So right off the bat, it causes motion sickness and it's not immersive. Now, the other thing is having to interact with things. Like in a virtual world, say if my phone was in the virtual world, I could pass my hand right through it, because to make it not, there would have to be some force field right here to make it to where my hand doesn't go through. Now, that is going to be something that the only way I think that would be combated is if you had to put a whole body suit on, a full body suit covering each finger, your entire body, everything, and somehow have some sort of exoskeleton in it. And when you push something, there's resistance, there's maybe the exoskeleton won't allow you to move your arm this way, but then you're going to run into all these different things. So that is the only way, unless we invent some sort of force field thing that can just appear and disappear and link exactly in real time with the virtual world. Those two ways are the only ways I think it could happen. Now, trippy stuff, ladies and gentlemen, but that's what you can expect at the Pearson Podcast.